Wow, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Hilton hotels are reportedly refusing to provide rooms to ICE and DHS personnel in Minneapolis, federal law enforcement officers doing their jobs to uphold U.S. immigration law.
DHS just posting on social media a short time ago, accusing the Hilton hotel brand of refusing service to ICE agents in the state of Minnesota. This is their X post, essentially saying Hilton is doing a coordinated campaign to stop ICE officers from booking hotels in Minnesota. They posted a couple of screenshots of email exchanges showing staff at least one Hilton hotel telling them, we researched you, we found out you're immigration agents, and we are not going to provide you service. Sandra, I can tell you it is not a one-off. I've gotten texts from other ICE officers on the ground in Minnesota showing me screenshots of other Hilton hotels denying them service specifically because they are immigration agents.
That decision says everything. Hilton is not a small company taking a moral stand. It's a global hospitality giant owning 25 hotel brands and generating over $11 billion a year in revenue, yet it's choosing to block federal agents tasked with enforcing the law.
I also want to talk about what's happening to our law enforcement there on the ground. We are seeing a widespread campaign, primarily by Hilton hotels, to try and bar our law enforcement from being on the ground. What's happening is we were seeing that our law enforcement officers, when they were using their government emails to try and get a government rate for their rooms, they were being turned away, told that they could not get a room at these Hilton hotels. And then they started using their personal emails. Benny, what they were doing and what Hilton Hotels has admitted to doing, and we will bring these receipts, is the hotels were Googling the names of the guests, finding out that they were involved with immigration enforcement work, and saying that they couldn't stay there. So we will have more coming on that, but that is a concerted effort in the Minneapolis area by Hilton. We'll share the receipts with your producers after this.
That's atrocious. We're going to blow this up because that's in its own way impeding federal law enforcement and a massive national brand trying to make our country less safe. Has Hilton, have you reached out to them for comment on this? Has anybody made contact with them? They're not letting your agents book rooms?
Yes, and this isn't one or two instances. This is a collective, concerted effort, not just our law enforcement agents, but any government official affiliated with Department of Homeland Security.
Wow. That's atrocious. We may have to start our own little boycott here for Hilton if they are indeed engaging in this kind of activity. That's awful. So please, send that along. We'll be happy to work with you and run a boycott against Hilton. I use Hilton hotels all the time. I had no idea that this was happening.
Yeah, it's atrocious, and they're trying to thwart our work. They're trying to keep these law enforcement agents out so they don't have a place to stay, so they can't do their work. And it shouldn't be, Benny, as we've talked about before, this should not be a political issue. Rampant fraud and stealing from the U.S. taxpayer, it should be a bipartisan issue. No one should want this.
Ask yourself, when did supporting law enforcement become controversial? Since when do corporations get to decide which federal agencies deserve basic accommodation? In 2019, Barack Obama met privately with Hilton CEO Chris Nassetta for an hour-long discussion on tourism. The meeting reportedly focused on the so-called dangers of nationalism and xenophobia, while praising diversity and open. Fast forward to today, and suddenly ICE agents are being turned away. Coincidence or ideology in action? Time and again, the same globalist mindset shows up. And let's be clear, this isn't the first time. For years now, radical left-wing activists have deliberately gathered outside hotels late at night, specifically to harass and disrupt ICE agents, banging drums, chanting, screaming, and intentionally preventing federal officers from sleeping. These are not peaceful protests. This is targeted harassment.
People are blaring music to keep ICE awake. I think ICE was staying in this hotel and blaring music and setting off the alarms to keep them from sleeping. This is crazy. This is amazing.
That's not protest. That's harassment. Anyone deliberately depriving ICE agents of sleep by doing this nonsense outside hotels, they should be arrested and charged, like anyone else would be.
Hilton Hotels just declared war on America. Declared war on our very sovereignty, our very existence. If big corporations are allowed to not render services to ICE agents, it sets the precedent for them to do it to all Americans. This is the globalist model. We're about to break it down right now. But if Hilton doesn't come out publicly and apologize for this and reverse the policy and fire the executive that did this, we need to Bud Light their ass. Just like Anheuser-Busch. We need to tank their stock. We need to make sure that this un-American company pays for what they've done. They declared war on us. We accept the challenge.
And then everything starts to snowball. Hilton suddenly finds itself on its knees, issuing apologies. Shares begin to slide. Pressure mounts. And this is only the beginning.
You cannot disclose the identity of a federal agent, where they live, anything that could harm them. Pritzker, same ballgame with him. And, you know, Pelosi got a letter today from Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. So did Brooke Jenkins, that DA in San Francisco. We told them, preserve your emails, preserve everything you have on this topic, because if you are telling people to arrest our ICE officers, our federal agents, you cannot do that. You're impeding an investigation, and we will charge them if they think they have not met me, because we will charge them if they are violating the law. We will protect our federal agents. They're out there working nonstop.
Back off me, I said. I'm on your way. I'm behind you. Keep up following me, you're gonna get arrested. You know what? In the Sam's Club.
Same old playbook. First, they harass ICE agents, follow them. They deliberately push and poke for a reaction. Then, when agents enforce the law, suddenly it's we're the victims. Cameras come out, selective clips get posted, and the same people who instigated the chaos start crying oppression.
I have the right to record. Stop hurting me.
This is why we do what we do. Because of you, kids. Prospect Heights is helping. You. That's why you get no respect. That's why you get no respect here. You. No! They were blocking her! They were blocking her!
You know this is bullshit.
Vergüenza! Vergüenza! Especially you with the block!
Oh, you seriously, you don't do that? No! No! You! You! You!
Hey! Bag on the floor!
No, man! I hope you can
Mag's like a piece of shit!
When corporations pick political sides instead of standing by the rule of law, consequences follow: reputational, financial, and public. This is the modern battlefield. Narratives, corporations, public pressure, economic leverage. And whether people like it or not, we are all participants. Every choice matters, every share matters, every comment matters.